Oh, hey. Keeping these on. So, you want to grab it? Oh, jab it.
Dude, I'm the best.
Wait, it's even! Wait!
But I'm the best. Did you do this in this speed rumble?
No, I'm trying to get into it. It's beautiful.
It's actually nuts.
Okay, guys,
Can't take 4. Just take 2 more.
this is second place. $9. This is first place. This is $18. Mello, put it back or you're banned. Banned.
A lot of bands. Dude, I can't. It's not that. I can't play. Not have this dumb for the thing for
Yeah, I have no idea what you're doing.
Stefan, why do you suck? When Jason, when the kids start misbehaving,
I can't see.
yeah. No, Grants is literally over.
No, it's not. Don't lie.
He's getting.
Big combo.
Combo! Mr. Combo, combo!
He's wave dashing. It must be Mewtwo King.
Combo!
What a mean set.
Do you want to have a winner's interview?
Yeah. Should it be serious or stupid?
I'll try to make it a bit serious. Okay.
You're gonna be talking to my chest. Okay.
No,
I'll take this. Alright. Is anyone in chat?
Maybe. What the fuck? Why didn't it come up?
Fucking Clown Fiesta stream.
You know what? Fuck it. Fancy. Let's just go back here.
We're just gonna
Do one of these.
Oh.
And we'll remove this.
Get Mello off the screen. I can't have an interview with Mello there.
Why did I think I removed something else. Oh no.
You good?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got Cow here. Cow.
That's me.
So you just won. I'm better than you. 14.
Yeah, it's a big prestigious
It's
experience.
a very prestigious tournament. So let's look at your bracket.
Okay.
So yeah, Wiz Mystical, that must have been tough.
This was mystical.
Brennan, the ginger.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
I won with Bowser's down B. Off stage suicide was my
Understandable. And then we played. And it was on stream. That was a good set.
It was a good
Fun
set. It was fun. Very retarded.
Yes. And then you played Jason, and he did go Sheik against you.
Yes. However, I've been warmed up, and also Jason may not have been playing at his peak level.
So
he's been grinding the Dragon Ball Fighters.
That's true.
And
he's been grinding work. He's on that
He's
work.
been grinding.
grind.
He's on that work grind. Yep. Trying to get that sweet cash.
So-
No, it's so stupid.
So-
but I came prepared.
How did you prepare?
So studying sets of PPMDs, Marth versus Sheiks, I came to realize, especially in the event of my terrible losses against Sheiks,
Yeah.
that I try and tech chase Sheik a lot with grab,
Okay.
which seems okay, but at like mid to high percent, it stops being so effective. So at like 50, I've started using like Rising Fair a lot. And the reason I'm using Rising Fair so much is like, man, if you're trying to get a tech chase and they get up and they spot dodge it, doesn't matter. If they spot dodge your grab, you're done. But now it's like the risk is so low, the reward is super high. It's actually, I think it's higher than getting a grab. So that's why I've started doing that. I've also started doing it in neutral now because like when she's at approach cancel percent, I just noticed that like fair really sets up the mark against sheep more so than grab.
So was that just you watching sets, analyzing, or did you find a sheik on net play?
I was actually just me watching sets and analyzing. I did find a sheik on net play who I played against, but at that point it was already fucking instantiated in my brain. I got some time to like work out the strategy and it worked really well. Yeah.
So then he played Peach one game, but you beat him, I believe.
I was watching Mewtwo King versus Laud.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then, understandable, Beepy's Porpoise, can't really see it. I'll just bring it close to the camera. And then, so then you play Faust.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking going into winners final?
Understandably worried. But I'm trying to like contain my worries because you know, I'm always spooked. I grinded out a bit of the matchup against Joey's Puff beforehand just to like warm myself up. You know, reminded myself what I think is good in that matchup. Full Hop's really strong against Puff. I had already played against you that day, so I had some warm up. So, you know, in a way I'm worried, but I am a little confident. More confident than usual going in. Not too scared of anything. So yeah. But if you wanna ask like are you wondering how I did like in individual games? Is that what you wanna know?
No.
Okay.
I was asking how you felt about the overall set. Obviously, pretty decent because you won 3-1.
So game 1 FD, really close. That was like the set decider. That was like close. He was up. He took the first stock. He took the first stock first. He took the second stock first. He took the third stock first. But I took the fourth stock first. So that's the only thing that matters.
It's true.
It was really close. Game 2 on Dreamland was also really close. I was actually up for most of that. I think I took like all of the stocks first. But then he got like an up tilt rest on me and killed me early. As soon as it was like timeout pace. And
it was.
I was thinking like, oh, maybe I should like go for the timeout here. Maybe that's my best strategy. Because Marth does a lot of damage to Puff. So if I can avoid getting killed, I'm probably going to out damage her.
Yeah.
But every time I've done that, I always lose, and I lost horribly again. I've never won a tournament set from timeout or a game.
No, we went to close timeout once.
Yeah, and I lost.
We lost at like 7:30.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever it comes close to timeout, I always lose. Because I start thinking about the timeout and I can't play naturally.
Yeah.
He didn't camp you.
So then you're in Grand's winner's side.
Yeah.
And you're just waiting. You see Stefan, you see Jason down here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to see Caleb upset his second like top 5 VR player this season.
He's having a good
He beat me 3-2 this season,
stretch, yeah.
and now he's beating
took Adam to game 3 as well.
Wow.
And then she beats Katar.
Yep. I was almost expecting Caleb to win. I was like, man, what if Caleb won this? What if Caleb won the tournament? That would have been crazy.
And then you go into Sheep Faust. And what are you thinking when you see this?
I'm really hoping that Stefan wins because, like, my record against Stefan is flawless. I've never lost a set to him. And so, like, I'm hoping that. But midway through my practice, I'm thinking to myself, like, man, Faust is probably going to win this, and I need to get my mind off of who's going to win this set. Because, like, before, instead of like really thinking about how am I going to beat Faust, I was thinking like, man, I really hope Stefan wins.
God damn
it! To play Faust, you know. So like I changed my mindset so that I was more confident playing against Faust in the coming set. But then Stefan won anyway, and I'm really confident against Stefan. So going up against Stefan, not too worried. Got tilted a little bit by mellow shenanigans game 2, but then Stefan killed himself twice. So I won that game basically for free. And then you went Falcon, and it was just like fucking, holy crap, fucking disgusting.
Give it the hands. So, I know last week, on our Wednesday tournament, you had a rough one.
Pretty bad.
You got
pretty bad.
5th, you lost to...
Caleb and Ice.
Yeah, so the Ice lost.
But the Ice was a speed run. It really was.
Yeah.
It was like a best of 5, like 5-minute set. When you see that, you're thinking like it's a 2 best of 3.
It was about 6 minutes, yeah. So you're thinking about that, like, whatever, it's Ice, he's...
I don't know, I was actually pretty confident going into this. Like, you wouldn't expect me to be, because I flopped at EGLX, I flopped at our last local. But going into this one, I don't know, I felt like I was, like, there.
How much friendlies did you play at EGLX?
Not as
I
much
did-
as I would have liked.
Yeah.
I don't think I played as many as you because you just grinded against BT King for hours. and hours.
I also I grinded against a lot of top players.
Yeah.
I grinded against Mewtwo King for 5.5 hours. I played Amsa for like 30 minutes before he played Prince Abu, which is actually sick because Amsa's so fun.
Yeah.
And then I played GG Nintendo for a bit. And then I think that was it. Like I played doubles and stuff.
There's like an element of puff privilege when it comes to like finding top player.
Well, everybody wants to
because
play.
everyone wants to play the puff, right?
But yeah, I wasn't sure how much you played because I was so focused on playing Mewtwo
I
King.
played Hugo for a long time.
Yeah, I knew that.
He actually approached me. That's the first time a top player has ever approached me. I played Kage the Warrior for about an hour. That was really fun. He's a really funny guy. I love Kage.
I love the Mist.
Hugs is also really cool. And the funny thing is I got so many players on like the brink of sitting down and playing friendlies with me, but then it was like, oh, I gotta play a match, and then or it was like, oh, pool captain like kicked me off. I was a dick to the pool captains. I felt really bad. I apologized to one because I kept trying to like whenever there was like a free setup, I was you know.
Yeah, I get you.
And one of them got really mad, but I apologized to him later, and we were cool now.
That's good.
But otherwise, I didn't play as many friendlies as I would have liked. The only like real top players that I played against, I played like one game against Mewtwo King as Marth. I played against him with like Sheik and stuff, but that didn't really matter. I did pretty well. I took him to last stock 50%. I played against Platt the day before at Ryerson. That was pretty fun. I only got to play him for about 30 minutes, but that's fine. I wanted to play against Liquid, couldn't get him. I got him to play, but then the setups got taken down, right?
Yeah.
I got lucky to sit down with me, and then like he had to go at like the last second. I got KJH to almost play against me. It was a meme and a half. But yeah, it was fun.
So just like,
I'm a Samus expert.
yeah. So thinking back to last week and then EGLX, you were just talking about how like you like kind of flopped at those two. Like I think you went 1-2 at EGLX and you got fifth last week. But like, do you think that those kind of bad performances kind of motivated you?
I think that it wasn't that they motivated me because they always motivate me. It was that they motivated me to take a different approach. And partly with ice, it was largely with ice. They motivated me not to like play more and get on like the grind. I always do this thing where I lose, and then I'm like, man, I gotta get on the grind. And I start playing friendlies like a shit ton for like a week, and then I lose again, you know? And I've been like stuck in that vortex for a long time. But now it's like, instead of like getting on the grind, maybe it's like, man, it's time to sit down and do some of the things I don't want to do. Maybe it's time to like fucking, like, I don't know, sort my life out first of all. That'll make me play better. You know, sort out my mentality. Take some time to like meditate, think about melee, think about my confidence. Very importantly and more melee related, analyzing sets and watching melee and analyzing my own sets. I don't do that. Like I did it once in a while, but I didn't do it as critically. And Ice showed me how to really do it critically, and that's really helped me, like big time.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big part of meta. Like you can get all the tech and get all the like,
man, if you don't watch
the
melee,
things, but if you don't, like, I feel like the thing is you have to think about the game and, like you said, look at it and not just look at it from one way, like, but look at it many ways. Like, not even looking at what could I have done, but looking at like what did the opponent do to force the situation, or how could I have avoided that situation and made it a better situation for me. And I think that like I'd like to start getting to do that. I can't really, just because like I'm just super busy and I don't really have the most time to, but I really want to try to get into that.
It's not easy. Like my
I
burn out fast watching sets.
Well, that's the thing, is it's like it's so hard to watch them because it's like,
man,
it's almost like you have to watch every situation like five to 10 times at least.
Oh, I don't think you have to do that, but watch it in slow motion and pause. And if you don't understand the situation, watching it over like three or four times can be really helpful. And like understanding what things you could have done in that situation, what your opponent's intentions were, how to like view your opponent's intentions.
I also feel like I sometimes do that because obviously, like, I watch H-Box, so I see him play a lot versus Fox, and I think that's one matchup that I have gotten a bit better at. recently, and I think it's just because I've been playing a lot and just watching a lot of Melee, and I don't even know, like, obviously analyzing is extremely important.
Analyzing yourself is critically important, I think.
But I think if you can't analyze yourself, like if you don't have the time or you just don't know how to do it well, just watch Melee.
Watching Melee is really important.
Because
I agree.
knowing how most of the situations are going to happen, or like when they happen, knowing what to do because you saw HBox do it, or you saw like Prince Abu do it or something. Like that's so important to just know.
Like I'm gonna watch most of the sets that I played on stream when I go home, just because there's still so much I can learn. Even though I only lost one game today, it's like I don't even need to analyze just that one game. I still have lots of sets to analyze.
But yeah, that's the thing is you have.
I have my set 2 versus you.
5.
Yep.
9. You have 12 games that you can
that's
analyze.
a lot. That's a long time, man. Like, watching one game, analyzing one game takes a long time. It can take like 20 minutes, because I watch them at half speed, and I pause a lot.
Yeah.
So if a set takes 4 minutes, it now takes 8, and with the pauses, it probably takes 12 or 13, right? So it's really hard. I was really analyzing my sets versus Caleb. I was analyzing my set versus Caleb in tandem, like at the same time as I watched Mewtwo King set versus Ice at EVLX. So that kind of, because that was I was watching my set versus Ice, and Ice's set versus Mewtwo King at the same time, so that I could get like an idea of like my weaknesses and how Mewtwo King avoids like common situations. And playing against Ice was like really valuable to me, because now there's like a top player who I can analyze how he played against me, and I can analyze how he played against another Mark and see what the other Mark did to avoid like awful situations I got into. And I have plenty of examples, but it's really, really good. I think analyzing your own sets is like critically important to like beating the mid-level plateau that I've been in for so long.
I feel like it's so hard to it's so hard to get like better at Melee, because like you just get to a point where it's like you feel like you can't do anything, and you feel like you can't like get better, and then you just kind of have to have that like almost one like realization moment where you're like, oh shit, I should be like not looking at the game like just in one way, like I should be looking at it all angles. And it was very interesting just like thinking back to that point when we went to pick up Ice. Adam and Ice sat in the back, and we didn't even have music on because I wanted to listen. Like, I just wanted to listen to what they're talking about, because they're talking about Melee, and they were talking about Sheik Fox, and what they did basically was they went through neutral, they went through punish, they went through edge guards, they went through like every like situation you could think of. I just thought, and they only did it from the Fox's perspective. So Mustafa asked Adam, what do you think the Fox should do, basically? Like, what do you think he should do in this situation? And then Adam was like, this is what I think. And then Ice was like, okay, but they could also do this thing, but then you can do this other thing to counter that. And it was just so interesting to hear, like, to just think about it from another point of view, because like I do this a lot. I think like, okay, the Fox is laser camping me, I should do this. But I'm not thinking, how do I just force him to how do I force myself not to be in that situation?
That's a really good thing. One really important thing that I've done is I transferred all of my Melee notes, and I have quite a few Melee notes, onto my phone. And that's really important, because now I can view them in tournaments when I actually need to watch, read them.
225.
Huh? 225? Oh yeah. I owe money.
He owes retros. Actually, $200.25 after interest.
Yep, for a poutine.
Every second, there was actually 100% interest on it.
Man, do you have change? Because I don't think I have quarters.
You have a quarter.
I don't think I do. Were there quarters?
No, I didn't give you quarters.
Give me $70.
No.
That's gone. You don't have change?
You do have change.
Get me it.
You idiot.
Yeah, I don't know. Melee's fascinating. I've been making a lot of changes recently. I'm going to more tournaments now.
Yeah.
So that's going to help me with my Melee confidence, because there's still like, I did well today, but like I can do better.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, you can never settle. Like, you never think like, this is the best I can
Yeah.
do. Because like
tomorrow I'm going to Durham, right? I would be going to Frozen Phoenix, but I didn't sign up in time.
I think the Frozen Phoenix, I heard it's like flopping. I heard like a lot of players
Oh yeah,
just, like, aren't
Westfall's
going.
dropped out.
Yeah. Or even it's in Toronto.
I don't know. I don't know who else is like going. I know like Brian Ford's going, Moki's going. I
No,
want to play
Moki
Moki.
isn't going.
He isn't?
Yeah, because I heard it like started to flop, but I'm not sure.
Oh shit, he's actually not going. Wow,
Yeah.
I'll message him because he told me he was going to Frozen Phoenix, so he couldn't play me in Durham because he wanted to play me,
Yeah.
and I really want to play him.
Yeah.
Because like how many Durham Hearts are there that are very active? I think there's Delay the Fate, but I don't know how active he is. Moki says there's no Durham Hearts. No, that's probably disgusting. I was going to, but then I was like, better not.
Might get C for this.
Might get
Maybe.
super AIDS. Yeah, gotta love Melee.
Melee's fun.
Gotta eat
Because the
ass.
thing is, like, it's so old, but you can still find out so much
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
crazy.
Like, it's not anywhere to, like, completion, basically. It's just amazing.
Yep. And analyzing your own sets is hard.
Yeah.
But I think if you really want to get a lot better, once you reach the mid-level plateau, you gotta analyze your own sets. I never recommend low-level players to analyze their own sets because they're doing everything wrong. Like everything they do is incorrect. So, like, I think as a low-level player, watching top-level Melee is like super helpful. That's like the biggest thing.
Well,
you
because
can
then
do.
you get, like, a basic idea of,
Oh,
like,
man.
what you should be doing.
Man, literally 99% of my Melee career has been copying other players. Like, all I do is copy what other players do. I haven't had an original thought in my entire life. I've had like 2 original thoughts, but that's okay. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Um,
Who do you think's mid-level in Peterborough?
I don't know.
I think there's
Like, I don't think you're low level.
me.
Yeah, I don't think you're
I think I'm the high end of level. Like,
One,
I don't.
two,
I,
two. That's like the definition of like. Yeah, you're like low mid. I would say like you're the low end. Of,
yeah, I'm either like the low end of, or the high end of low, or the low end of mid.
Yeah.
But I think for like just like strict definition, not like high, low, or middle. I think our mid-level players are definitely you, Jakob, Adam, Jason,
Yep, that's the 4.
and then maybe Graham. But
I
Graham
don't-
kind of sucks.
Graham doesn't like show up for anything.
That's what I
so-
mean. It's like I feel like he could be really good, but he just like he has a very like strict definition of what melee is to
Yeah,
him.
man, he's very talented though.
And like same with Ross. Ross gonna be so good.
Man, Ross is sick. For
He's
like being
so
like
good.
for being like a mid-level player, he's actually like way sicker than I would ever expect for someone of his skill
The
level.
first time Ross and I played, he moonwalked across battlefield,
Yeah,
double jump, single hit up aired me to kill me.
it's just like insane. Like he's so sick, but he's not that good. It's
No,
crazy.
it's weird, yeah.
Yeah,
Melee's fun.
yeah. Stefan never has out of region results, so Stefan's sort of in the same boat. As
I was actually really surprised at how well I did at HLX, to be honest.
Really?
Like I took the moon game 2 to last stock.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Huh. That's nuts.
Like game 1 it was on FD kind of fucked me because I got SD'd at least once, I can't remember. And then game 2 like I just kind of I went to battlefield because I was like I wasn't feeling FD, and I just kind of like was using the platforms well and I was spacing pretty well, and then I rested him once and got him down to last stock, and then I think he was at 30 when he killed me or something.
Man, this is also going to be the most like. This is going to be like the most cliche thing ever, but I also attribute a lot of like my melee performance to a professor who I watch a lot of, Professor Jordan B. Peterson. He's actually like, the things that he's said have actually been like life-changing and like revolutionized the way that I think about life. For instance, okay, I gotta tell Jason. Jason! Ah, fuck it. Limp says you're his guy.
He says he loves you.
Yeah. What was I gonna fucking say? Oh yeah, like
You're talking about Jordan B. Peterson.
yeah, I think there's like little things. Like the most important thing to me has been like to listen to the little thing in my head, that the little thing in everyone's head that tells you to do the thing that you know you need to do, but you ignore it because it's like, ah, that's boring, you know. The thing that tells you to like clean your room or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to it. But,
Yeah, the tournament's over.
Yep.
This is our winner.
KO.
Having a good
Dash
time.
KO. Yeah, we're just talking.
I feel like melee is so like takes so much mental force. At least for me, because I know it's so hard to go and like I got 5th today, but I don't really feel like I played that well because I don't know. I've been up for 14 hours at this point.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And it's not even like I was just like up and just like on my phone or stuff. Like I was working at thanks, Lynn. I was doing my placement, and it was like a March break camp. So I was with 6-year-olds for 8 hours.
That's brutal.
And it's just like it was fine.
Like,
it was fun.
Yeah, but it's exhausting.
But at the same time, it's just so exhausting. And I did that yesterday too, and I only had 5 hours of sleep last night.
Oh God.
So I'm like running on fumes. Like I legitimately didn't want to enter today.
That's another big thing that I've been like stressing to myself. Oh God, help! Thank you, Kyle. I love you too. Like one big thing that I've been stressing is like to play Melee, I think you really have to be
Do you have to work tomorrow?
No, but
Do you want to just come over?
I'm gonna go home so that I can have a good sleep because I'm going to Durham tomorrow.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
ties in with what I was saying.
Wait, so
like,
you're not drinking with us?
no, we're going to Durham and then we're coming back with you.
When's Durham's tournament?
But the Durham tournaments start at like 2:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That's fun then.
yeah, one big thing I've been stressing to myself is like improving like my physical health, improving
Yeah,
my mind state,
physical health
improving
is so
what I'm thinking about when I'm playing, because like all of those little things are distractions, and I think and distraction is like a key word because like when you're listening to music, for instance, you can't read like the addresses on houses, and like you actually can't read them as well. It's not just like a myth or like a placebo.
They
effect.
turn it down.
Yeah, because like.
Well,
you're-
because you can't focus on two things.
Yeah,
at once,
it's
kind of
because
thing.
like, your mental
I always
attention,
do it. Yep.
your attention is limited, right? So if there's like certain things, like I'm hungry, right? My attention is like, let's say like 30% of my attention is on like I'm hungry. My entire body is like aiming at getting food. That's the one thing that I want, you know, and that's a big thing. I'm thirsty, you know, I'm tired. All those things, they're gonna like drain your mental energy, and then you cannot put that energy into Melee, no matter how hungry you are.
Yeah.
So, and then you're not going to play well. So like, it's really important to me like to get the proper sleep, to eat well, to be like full, you know, stuff like that, so that I'm not like thinking about things like I'm in pain, like you know, if I like my back.
Health is so important, especially like for playing games competitively, because it's like obviously we're not like the physical specimens of like the NBA.
Yeah.
But it's like it's hard to compete when you're not healthy.
Yep.
Because competing takes a toll on your body.
And it's not even that it takes a toll on your body; it's that it requires 100% of your mental focus.
Right,
If part of your mental focus is like on something other than the game, you're fucked.
Like just being like healthy, like mindful, like physically healthy when playing. Kind of thing.
Like that's part of the reason why I don't listen to music and play Melee at the same time. I kind of want to get noise canceling headphones that I can just plug into the TV and then like hear the Melee sound, you know?
Yeah, normally
Because I do get distracted by crowds, but I'm never bothered by it, and I think everyone gets distracted by crowds.
That's
But the thing
why
is, like,
sometimes I listen to music, and
But you're gonna get distracted by the music.
I
that's
only
also a
ever
problem.
listen to music. And I only ever listen to music when it's a single screen setup. If it's split screen, I plug in and listen to game sound. But I want to figure out, because I'm not sure how to do it, to get like sound through the TV and through.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think what I have to do is I probably have to. You know what I can do is I can get an audio splitter, plug that
yeah,
into
you
the
can do
TV,
that.
and then just have 2 sets of headphones, which would be nice. But
Yeah, that would be nice. Because you know, like sounds, people talking, it does like you know,
Well,
if
it's
you
not
convince
even-
yourself that it doesn't distract you, it does.
well, if you have
The
to,
thing is,
if
like,
you,
it's
if
gonna
you have to
distract my
convince
brain.
yourself, if you have to convince yourself that it's not impacting you,
Yeah,
it's impacting you.
Yeah, because you're thinking
Because you
about
have to take that split second and go, this is not impacting me.
Yep.
And that is.
or you have to take the moment to be like, I need to stay focused, you know. But that's already taken your focus away. Like when I was playing against Ice, when I was playing against Caleb the last weekly, I asked Ice a question about this. Ice mentions like, whenever he makes like a certain facial expression or something like that, it's like his ego coming in and like messing with his performance, because like if he nods his head, he's thinking like, oh yes, like I didn't do anything wrong, my opponent just outplayed me, so like it's taking like credit away from like, well, it's taking the blame off yourself. And I don't know exactly how much I agree with that, and like I can agree with it to an extent maybe, but
Yeah.
not to like my full extent.
I think it's like also.
But it's important because at that tournament, every time I made a facial expression, I was cognizant, like I mentally was aware of it, and it was bad because I was thinking about every facial expression that I made, and I couldn't focus on the game, right?
Yeah, I get you.
So now I just like I focus on my breathing for a bit.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're just talking.
We've been talking for the last 20 hours. We're closed.
We're just talking.
It's actually the next day.
It's Saturday.
Saturday?
Happy St. Patty's Day.
What am I doing
guys.
here,
Dude,
man?
it's for the boys.
It's for the boys.
It's almost for the boys. It's almost Saturday.
Yeah.
Sure.
Still gotta get my passport.
Yep. I have to renew my passport. My passport expires in 4 days.
Ooh, brutal.
I have to, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a place in Peterborough where I'm gonna go to, because I don't know. Registering for things online never goes well with me. I always like mess something up, and there's no one there to tell me that I've screwed it up.
Do we have the same shoes? I don't think so. They're a bit different.
Holy cow, are they exactly the same?
I don't
They're
think so.
exactly the
No,
same.
because I have.
No, they're literally the same. Holy fuck, they're exactly the same. See? We got this, then we have like the little toothy one, then the one with like two, and then we got like this big old stripe coming up here, and then we got this, and then we have these. They have the exact same shoes. Holy fuck, show stream. Like, here, just put them up like this. We're going to fall. That's tournament success.
Because I saw your shoes at the back door and I almost put them on, but I was like, these aren't my
Really?
shoes.
Yeah.
And you want to know how I know?
How do you know?
Take your shoe off. You see how yours are black because
Yep.
of your thing?
Mm-hmm.
I saw that and I was like,
You would have put them on and felt strange. I'm flat-footed.
do you have like?
Yeah, those are like soles.
Yeah. I have some that, but I don't know where they are.
Those
'cause
are, like,
I'm,
custom,
I'm pretty
yeah.
flat-footed.
Yeah.
Flat-footed as well.
I used to be like crippled in like early high school and late middle school, like to like at a point where like I could hardly walk at all. And it was literally just foot issues, and like it's funny how much like putting something into your shoes changes like it changes like the alignment of everything in your body. Yeah,
So
man,
what else
that
do you
sucks.
want to say about Melee?
Man, it sucks. Game sucks.
Game sucks.
It
The
fucking
game's easy.
It's
Game's
bad,
hard.
easy. Game's hard. Marth has it hard. Every other character's easy. Puff beats Marth 90-10. I'm winning 90-10 matchups every time I beat Fouts.
Is Ross in
Falcon
chat?
Marth is 60-40 for Falcon. Fox Marth is 80-20 for Fox. Game sucks. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. There's like I could rattle on forever, but
Well,
Wait, I have
Evo champ.
I have one.
congratulations, sir.
So can you just like repeat after me?
Yeah.
I
Like
Beans porpoise.
ice cream.
Shit. Ice cream.
Ah, come to us, people's porpoise, come to us, people's porpoise.
Oh, but everyone beans porpoise.
Ah, people's porpoise, people's
Oh,
porpoise.
beans porpoise.
Ah,
Porpoise.
people's porpoise, people's porpoise.
How big is your penis?
My penis? I don't want to talk about that on stream. It's too large. This is Peterborough
Bigger or smaller than your 1 inch?
in stream.
Beans porpoise.